I bet you Zoom changed some of your. Hi, everybody. It's Terry. It's Monday night. Welcome to the team of Zoom. And I was watching Kathy trying to go into record mode, and I said, I'm going to bet Zoom changed something because I could see her face going, okay, where do I go? What do I do? So, in any case, hi, guys. It's Monday night, and it's the first Monday night of May. I was on a wham call this morning, and none of us could believe that April is behind us and that we're now in the first week of May. And, May is about growth and joy. And so I want to start out tonight with just a little bit of celebration about growth. And yeah, may the fourth be with you. That's great. Growth and joy. All right. So you're all aware that the company has launched this Strive for Five with some great cash incentives. The opportunity to make, if you put on five, either trios or superfood or quad orders, if you do five in the month of May, you could actually make $500. But you make money even if you just put two into the system, just two. And we had a couple people who did it in April. So you could have done it in April, then we start over again in May. And so I just want to give a shout out to two girls, both under Abby. Okay. Sarah Winstead put on two new Strive for Five orders. So her paycheck's got $100 bump in it. That's something just for two. Okay. And under Abby, the other Sarah, we call them by two, the quad, what is it? The double digit, the double duo. Sarah Thomas put in three. So her paycheck got $150 bump. Amy Hopkins put in two, so she's got an extra $100 bump. And then Judy Sterkler has a new partner who Partner Plus. I'm still getting information on her, but she put in three. She put in three superfood orders with Luminate. And so, she's right. Not only did she hit Partner Plus, in 24 hours, but she did her Strive for Five orders. So imagine what her start off paycheck is going to be. Somebody should do the math on that. That's like, bam. How exciting is that? So the contest is real. The impact, because we are about impact, is real. And what a great opportunity. Congratulations to the Sarahs and Abby. Thank you for being such a great leader. Okay, because I know that you're behind the scenes, helping your girls strive. And the most exciting thing is that everybody's got a lot of conversations going for May. A lot of conversations going for May. And I'm loving the app. I have a new customer that came on board. Been romancing her since October. She watched the videos. I got to tell you guys, the app, first I sent her two wrong videos. Okay. And I go, oops, my bad. These are my fingers working faster than my brain. Okay. So she chuckled and watched them. I said, okay, so these are really the two. Here's the problem and here's the solution. She watched them and she said, originally she just wanted to order soft shoes for her son. And then we were talking and she goes, you know what? I think I want to do the Healthy Starts program. No problem. I was so excited. I was going to have my first one for May. And I sent her the link and I'm watching and watching. She only ordered the duo. So it doesn't count for my Strive for Five. But you know what? Later on in that evening, she goes, you know what, Terry? I don't know. Maybe I should sell this with you. Oh, I don't know. We could work that out too. But I don't even know what video to send her because obviously, I guess the example is, well, nobody could have botched that up worse. You know what I mean? You couldn't possibly have made a bigger mess than I did of that. And she's thinking about becoming a partner. So you can't. So go make a mess. Would you just all go make a mess in May? M for May is mess. Go make a mess. Just get the information out there. All right. Conference. If you were in Phoenix, Mike Lohner is probably the only self-actualized person I've ever met in my life. I think this man, he's got it. There is something about his nature where he has grown and expanded and sees possibility and joy and gratitude. And I got to tell you, he set the pace for Phoenix. If we came out walking on a cloud out of Phoenix, it's because of Michael Lohner set the pace. All right, so I thought tonight we could kick back and watch his opening comments. I mean, I can't wait to see it again. I have been waiting for them to drop this. And I think he speaks for at least 30 minutes, right, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, so just be prepared. It's not a quick hello, but you're really going to see why we are in a complete transformation when it comes to Juice Plus. All right, here we go.
Welcome, Juice Plus family, to ignite your future. Oh man, I need some glasses so I can see my notes. I gotta have notes because I gotta be sure I tell you everything I want to tell you. Maybe, Marcy, I'm getting old. I need to work out more or something. There's nothing like a great country song to inspire us, right? And to keep on going. So stand up now and turn to the partner next to you and say, keep on going. Now take it low. Give him a high five. Keep on going. Don't get scared because you might get through before the devil even knows you're there. This is Juice Plus. Come on, man. This is our family. Let's go. Okay, I got my breath. Wow. 2 months ago, I was living a really good life. I served on 6 boards. I had a good income, no employees. I provided strategic advice and executive coaching and a little bit of guidance here and there and some encouragement. And I did what board members do, governance and compensation and, a little bit challenging the status quo sometimes. And I was playing in 1 or 2, senior amateur golf tournaments around the world every month. My golf game had reached a new high. I'd reached the top 20 in the world. And my best friend for 50 years, she was here with us on the front row here, Marcy, beautiful wife. We'd take walks on the beach in Mexico or maybe the mountains of Utah. Life was really good. And then I got a call from our owners and from the board, and they said, hey, would you consider jumping into this? My first response was, no way, it's just impossible. I got too many obligations, too much going on. I'm having too much fun, living too good of a life. Had golf tournaments to play, investments to make, family to take care of, and places to go. But after some further thinking and prodding, I sat down and asked myself 2 questions. The first was, could I do this at all? Could I offload enough of my other things to jump in and do this? Because I don't believe in doing anything half-baked. Either it was going to have to either be all in or not. And the second question was even harder. Should I do this? As you know, many of you have been going through hell in one way or another. You've struggled, you've lost some confidence, you've faced a lot of friction, you've wondered if the company that Jay Martin built was at its very foundation shaken. And I knew that it was tough and that there was nothing easy about the task at hand. And then 2 more things happened. First, I met some of you. And I met Lena and Mitra and Jeff and Jennifer and Carrie and a bunch of others and Sean, and I felt your passion and I heard your frustration, but I also saw your belief. You'd been going through hell, but you just agree with Rodney Atkins. If you're going through hell, you just got to keep on going. And you had faith. And I read your stories. And then with the resignation of our CEO, it was suddenly decision time. And the second thing happened. Some of you heard this story. I made my list like a Stanford Business School guy would do of the pros and the cons, right? On the one side, I'd write, I love this industry and this business. And then the other side, I'd write, the company's been struggling for a long time. And then I'd write, hey, the people are amazing. And then on the other side, I said, I got an amazing life. And then as I finished my pros and cons, I did what I always do, and I took it to my wife, Marcy, and I approached her and said, hey, what do you think? And she sort of smiled with her big blue eyes, and she said, well, this is easy. And I said, no, this is nothing but easy. And she said, no, it's easy, Mike. It just boils down to one question. can you make a difference? And then she looked at me with those eyes of hers. I call it the look. You all know what that is, right? And she said, because I know that when you are making a difference, you are happy. And so I put down my list of pros and cons because I knew that she was right. And I really felt like I could make a difference. And so now 6 weeks later, here we are. And can I just start by, thank you. Can I just start by saying thank you? Thank you for being so kind to me as I've taken on this role, and thank you for your understanding and your patience, and for when I forget your name, you don't get mad at me. And thanks for that. And I tell people all the time that I feel like the luckiest man in the world, and the reason is because of the people that have come into my life. And you are already among those people. So many of you that I've met, and you've already made my life better. And that motivates me and inspires me and it drives me. And guess what? I have great news. It's been 6 weeks. And if you had told me 6 weeks ago that we would be where we are 6 weeks from now, I would have said, you're crazy. There's no way. But I can tell you the reality is we have made so much progress in the last 6 weeks that I've come to believe that something really special is about to happen. And this is what I hope that you talk about while you're here at this conference, and then leave Phoenix knowing in your hearts with conviction, we are coming out of the other side. We're coming out of the other side, and the question now is not whether we're going to come out of the other side or not as a company. The question is, are you going to be a part of it? And as I stand here today, I look to the future of Juice Plus with hope and enthusiasm and belief and conviction. And I look at, let me just start with that. So, somebody asked me one day, on day one, the very first day, one of our employees said, what's your vision for the company? And I said, it's been 3 hours. I don't know if I have a vision yet. No, I didn't say that. I was nice. But that changed very quickly. And I do have a vision. I want you to know, because I started talking to you. And I started looking at our products. And I started looking at our business and our opportunity and the culture of healthy living that is going quickly around the world. And Jay Martin's vision of inspiring healthy living around the world and helping as many people as possible to achieve their dreams. And I just agree with Jay Martin. And let me tell you what I think. I think we can win. I think we can win big. And I think we can not only return to the scale we were, but we can far surpass it. And I just think we can bring happiness and joy to so many people and health to more people than ever before. And I think we can come out of the hell we've been going through and be stronger and better and faster and cooler than we ever were before. And when I look out over the next few years, I see a company that builds off an amazing legacy and that helps more people achieve their dreams than ever before. And I see a company that does really improve the health of millions of people around the world. And I see a company that dramatically improves its brand. And I see a company that is bold and happy and forward thinking and positive and optimistic. And I see a company that's not afraid to leverage technology, which is amazing right now, to make differences in the world. And we'll introduce you to new products and new technology and new ways to sell. And we'll give you simple success systems that help you win. We'll align incentives. We'll work at the same time to keep what works and improve what we're doing, and then we'll celebrate, and we'll celebrate big. And what I believe is that if you look out a few years from now, I'm not promising we won't have struggles. I'm not promising we won't have tough things to deal with. We will, because that's the way life is. But it's okay, because if we make mistakes or we do something wrong, we'll just pivot and we'll fix it. We won't be afraid. I just believe that you got to be a company that acts. You can't be a company that talks and talks and talks and is afraid to act because you're afraid to make a mistake. We'll act and we'll make a mistake and then we'll change, and that's okay. Last night, one of our partners asked me what I was most excited about at Juice Plus, and it's this. I was excited because I can see it clearly. I see what we can become. And I have no doubt that 5 years from now, we'll have a room like this, except it'll be 10 times this big, and we'll have thousands of people, and we'll look back at what we've achieved, what we've done, the lives we've impacted, and we'll say, wow, look what we did. Look what we did together. Look what this group achieved to make the world a better place. And that's what happens when you do something that matters. And that's what we do. And that'll be a very special day indeed. So to our Juice Plus family, to all of you, I want you to know that I can see it. I can feel it. It's right in front of us, and it's ours to create. I'm reminded of a story of a friend of mine, author and speaker John Maxwell. Many of you have probably heard of him. And he once told me about a gift he received from his assistant, Eileen Beavers, way back in 1976. That's before a few of you were born. Not all of you, but a few. And the gift was a book that was titled The Greatest Story Ever Told. And John described to me as he was telling this how excited he was. He looked at the book and wondered what was going to be inside it. And then he opened the book and was surprised. Why? Because the pages of the book were blank. And inside that book filled with blank pages was a note from Eileen Beavers. And the note said, John, your life is before you. Fill these pages with kind acts and good thoughts and matters of your heart. Write a great story with your life. And as John told me this story, he talked about the excitement he felt and the anticipation that surged through him as he realized that she was right and that he indeed was the author of the story that would be his life. And he could fill the pages with whatever he wanted. And I hope you, and yeah, that's you. I don't know where you are, Kristen, who I met yesterday, and Joy and Jamie. I hope that each of you leave Phoenix ready to write your new story. I hope you leave here writing a story that moves you in the direction that you want to move. Because no matter where you are, no matter how you've been feeling about your future at Juice Plus, no matter what your circumstance, your challenge, your frustration, no matter whether you've been here 43 years, as one person I met, or 1 month, as another person I met, you get to write your own story, and it starts today. Here's what I know. Juice Plus is going to be very successful. We have amazing products, an incredible team, a legendary legacy, and we will have more great products. We'll have simple success systems, cutting-edge technology, an awesome compensation plan, a beautiful brand, and we'll have all the ingredients to win big. Look, I've been fortunate in my life. I built $1 billion enterprise. I've watched companies rise and fall in this industry, and I know what it takes to achieve greatness. And there are people, maybe there are you sitting in this room right now, that maybe there are people that haven't joined us yet. There are people who will write incredible, amazing stories at Juice Plus. They'll be life-changing stories, and they'll build incomes that people won't only dream about. They'll impact thousands of people around the world in a positive way, and they'll move our mission forward and change the world. This is the right time, and we're in the right space, and this is the right place. Now, I know some of you are sitting there saying, okay, what kind of Kool-Aid's that guy been drinking? Well, I heard a great story recently about a little girl who was in a drawing lesson. And she was 6, and she was at the back of the room drawing. And the teacher said that this little girl hardly ever paid attention, but in this drawing lesson, she did. And so the teacher was fascinated, and she went over to the little girl and asked, "What are you drawing?" And the little girl responded, "I'm drawing a picture of God." And the teacher said, but nobody knows what God looks like. And the little girl said, "They will in a minute." Don't know what your story is yet? You will in a minute. Just ask Abby Nowlin. I surprised her with a call a couple of weeks ago, and I was so impressed. She's moving to Texas. Way to go, Abby. You'll be my neighbor. That's not why I was impressed, but I did love that. And she's in a military family, and she wasn't discouraged that she was leaving where she was. She was excited because she was going to get to go meet a whole bunch of new potential customers. She outlined me then her plan of becoming a national marketing director in September. She is writing her story. And Abby, what a great success story. It's inspiring and is exciting, and you just have so much to be proud of. And the question for the rest of you is, well, what is the story that you're going to write? What does it take to write a really amazing story, one that's full of growth and enthusiasm and happiness and love? What does it take to achieve things and take full advantage of the Juice Plus opportunity? That's the question that I've been pondering. And I made my list of 16 characteristics of a great direct seller, and I actually boiled it down to just a few. Because in the end, when you really boil it down, the difference between those who build really great businesses and those who don't is this: winners have the heart of a champion. I see tall people, I see short people, I see smart people and not so smart people. People of all shapes and sizes succeed in this business. And if you cut them open, what you find is that winners have the heart of a champion. And all these winners are competitors, and they don't quit, and they're resilient, and they have a desire and a will to win. Now, I don't know why he was the way he was, but I've read about Jay Martin, I've watched videos of him, and I've concluded that Jay Martin seemed to always be on fire. There was always something in him that said, Jay, you're meant to be something. Gosh darn it, you're supposed to be special in this life. You're supposed to be big. You're supposed to be somebody that makes a difference. You're supposed to be someone who matters. And no matter what hill he climbed, no matter what he was doing, he stayed on fire. And he had the heart of a champion. And I met a whole bunch of you yesterday, and I can see that many of you have hearts of champions too. And what does the $500,000 person do that the $50,000 person doesn't? You know, if you study the outside and you look at them, they look the same, they feel the same, they've got the same age, the same gender, the same contracts, the same fringe benefits, they have the same training, they all look the same. But what's the difference? Well, the difference is that the winner, the heart of a champion, pays the price and a little bit more. He works hard and a little bit more. Gives a little and a little bit more. Focuses a little and a little bit more. Makes a little money and a little bit more. Saves a little money and a little bit more. She has the heart of a champion. So how do you get the mindset of the heart of a champion? Well, can I just give you 3 suggestions to start this conference? Number 1, if you want to have the heart of a champion, don't just dream, do. Now, my youngest daughter, Chandler, she's a sweetie. She is a full-time dreamer. The thing I love about her, though, is that she takes those dreams and then she works and works and does and does. I call her sneaky amazing. Because she just works and works and works and doesn't really say anything. She's kind of working under the radar and gets the job done. And when she was 16, she dreamed of having bright pink hair. And bam, pink hair, there it was. And she showed up at school, and the principal immediately suspended her. So I called her up and I said, hey, Mr. Principal, why'd you suspend my daughter? And I said to the principal, the football team bleaches their hair yellow and orange for the state tournament every year, and you don't suspend them. And he said, well, that bleaches, that's a form of blonde. And I said, well, pink is a form of red. And he let her back in school. But the next year, she showed up with blue hair. We weren't so lucky. But here's what I tell Chandler. I say, Chandler, dream. And dream big, girl, but don't be a dreamer. A lot of people dream. And while they're busy dreaming, they're really happy people, they're really successful people, they're really interested, engaged, and powerful people. The people who have the heart of a champion, they're busy doing. Dreamers stare at the sky and start a great sentence with like, I want to be this, or I wish that, or I want to be this executive, or I wish I could make this amount of money, or I wish I could recruit more people, I want that Mercedes, I aspire to be on stage. And they dream about it, and they meditate about it, and they make vision boards about it, and they write about it in their journals, and they tell their mom and their sister, and they keep on dreaming, and it's fun and yet fleeting. But remember that dreams don't come true because you dream them. Dreams come true because you work. So get out there and do. Dream big, but be a doer. Keep moving forward. Keep going. Keep pushing. Get back up when you fall down. That's what people do who have the heart of a champion. They do it and do it and do it and do it till the job gets done. Be like Beth Leopold. Beth has been with us for 19 years. She lives in Sarasota, but she travels around in an RV, I understand, most of the year. She's a PMD plus, and you know what? In the past months, she has 18 new customers, 1 new title partner, and 2 new team promotions. Beth doesn't just dream, she does. And she should be proud of herself. Number 2, people with the heart of a champion, they understand that we are a better together company. They know that the more they help others, the more their business grows. It's not about me or you, it's about me and you. And what do I mean by better together? Well, society teaches us that it's better to be the only bright light in a forest of bright lights. After all, isn't that the way we think about things? You think about our kids. You know, we want our kids to go to the best schools. We want them to graduate at the top of their class and get the job at the best company and be chosen to work on the most coveted project. And we want them to be the fastest and the smartest and the best and the most successful. And when you think about it, society teaches us that we want to differentiate ourselves from the rest of the pack. And yet, my friend Sean Aker, in other words, just one of those great people that dropped in my life, showed us that that's not actually the case. And he tells the story of a professor named Hugh Smith, who was in the mangrove forests of Southeast Asia. I can just picture him on the boat in the water, driving through there. And it was evening, and all of a sudden, this flash of lights went off, and he thought it was lightning. And then it went on, and then they were gone. And then it flashed again, and then they were gone. And as he looked, he realized that these were lightning bugs that were flashing all in unison. And he thought, wow, that is so cool. So he wrote up the paper that these millions of lightning bugs were all flashing together. And he wrote up the paper and back home, and everybody said, that can't happen. The scientist said, that's impossible. He realized that the scientist told him that just can't happen because the mathematician would say, mathematically, that's impossible. You can't have chaos or order come out of chaos like that. And the biologist said, there's no way. These lightning bugs are trying to differentiate themselves because they want to find a mate, and they light up so that the mate can find them. There's no way they would light up together. And the entomologist said it's impossible. You can't, there's no one to orchestrate all those bugs lighting up at the same time. But now, thanks to further research, we know the truth. We know that if a lightning bug lights up alone in a dark forest, he has a 3% chance of finding a mate. But if they all light up together, there's an 82% chance that they get a mate. And so, I don't know how they do it. We don't know how they find out that will bring order out of chaos, but they do because they know that they are better together. So I know you want to be a superstar. If you had kids, you'd want them to be superstars. But we're all in this, and we are a better together company. And it's better to be a light shining together than a bright light alone. And I just had a grandson that actually was born the week I started. And isn't he amazing? I know I'm biased, but I think he's fantastic. And you know what? I want him to be happy. I want him to be fantastic. But when I really step back and think about it, I don't just want Jamie to be happy. I want him to make other people happy. I don't just want him to be smart. I want him to make other people smart. I don't just want him to be creative. I want him to make other people creative, because I know that when he does that, everybody will be better together. So think about it. The key to real leadership is inspiring others to be leaders. And the key to good parenting is inspiring others to have strong relationships. It's helping to bring out the best of the people that are around us. And the key to achieving your highest potential is to help others achieve theirs. That's what people who have the heart of a champion do. It all starts with asking the bigger question: how do I expand my influence in an interconnected world? How am I impacting others with my life and my energy? How do I raise my potential by helping others raise theirs? And if these are not the questions you're asking, then I would say have the heart of a champion and think about those things. That's the Juice Plus way. That's the culture that we can create. We're a better together company. It's not about trying to go faster alone. It's about working to become better together. Now just imagine, what if we set a new record for personal events this summer together? What if we had more promotions in the next quarter than ever together? What if we all committed to doing one extra event, one extra phone call, reach out to one extra customer together? What if we celebrated those successes together? What if we were prisms of praise that made everybody's lives better together? What if those good vibes were emanating from us? Those vibes were so strong that people would say, who's that? I just want to be a part of whatever it is they are doing. That's the kind of culture we can build at Juice Plus. Better together. People with the heart of a champion understand that you can be a superstar. You just can't be a superstar alone. They're like Rhonda Hubbard. She's been with Juice Plus for 21 years. She was on our leadership council in 2025, and while she's out serving others, which she does all the time, she has 9 new customers and 2 new title promotions and 2 new partners in the past 6 months. Rhonda understands that we're a better together company. Number 3, people with the heart of a champion have a come what may and love it attitude. I remember well, my wife and I sat in the office of a church leader that we were lucky to meet named Joseph Worthland. And he used to say about happiness, come what may and love it. He said, he said this to us, and Marcia, they kind of adopted it as her theme in life. It's perfect for this business. Because here's what I mean. Have you ever heard of Heather Dorniden-Kampf? Anybody? She was a highly decorated runner with an impressive string of accomplishments, including 4 USA championships for the road mile and 10 University of Minnesota school records. And in 2008, she was favored to win the Big Ten indoor track 600-meter championship. And at the time, it was a very big deal to her. She really wanted to win this race. And she got to the starting line. Well, let's watch.
The 600-meter underway. Heather Dorniden in Minnesota finished second this event a year ago. She was in lane 4.
And Dorniden is probably going to be your favorite. She actually won the NCAA championships in 2006 in the 800, but she only won 1 Big Ten championships in the 2 years.
3 laps in this event, 600 meters, 3 times around the 200-meter track here at the field house.
What a bold move by Fawn. She's looking very confident, and the Penn State runner is just running amazing today. She did win her heat in the 400, but ended up taking 4th overall.
That's Fawn Dorr moving into the lead, a sophomore from Penn State. Dorniden running second.
Dorniden last year scored 23 points for the Golden Gophers in their Big Ten championship, so they're really relying on getting a lot of points from her this weekend, and she's just coming by Fawn Dorr now in the home stretch, heading into the bell lap. Down.
Ever feel like Heather Kampf? I know a lot of us sometimes feel like that. We're hard after our goals. We start strong. We make huge strides. Our team starts to grow. We're gathering momentum. We're favored to win. And then splat. We get derailed, or we fall short of our hopes, or a product goes out of stock, a customer gets upset, our pacing partner gets disgruntled and leaves. Somebody leaves and takes team members with them. You have an opportunity event and nobody comes. Something doesn't seem fair and you miss PB qualifying barely and the company makes a mistake. Well, that never happens, right? You get cancer. Your partner goes off the deep end. A family member struggles with addiction. Splat. Ouch. Right in your face. Anybody ever experience any of that? It hurts, doesn't it? So what do you do when that happens? Because it's going to happen. How do you prepare for that? Because it is going to happen. It's just life. And as much as I wish I could make it different, I know that it does. Life is full of ups and downs, and so is this business. It's full of surprises and curveballs, and in spite of discouragement and adversity, and despite the unexpected jabs, the disappointments that always come, those who are the happiest, those who have the heart of a champion, they have a way of keeping negative things out and focusing on the positive. And when they do experience difficult things, they learn. And they have a way of being emotionally resilient and using life's experience to become stronger and wiser and happier. Let me give you a quick example. On February 29th, Marcy and I got engaged. And I remember that because it was February 29th, 1984. And I think it was the next Sunday, maybe a couple Sundays later, we went to Sunday school class. And as always it was a Sunday school class on being a good father. And as always happens when you have a Sunday school class on being a good father, some guy raises his hand and says, I gave up my Saturday morning golf for my kids. And I love golf. So I panicked. And I said, Marcy, we need to talk. She said, okay, honey. And that night we talked. And I said, Marcy, I love golf. And if you're going to be the kind of wife who gives me grief over my Saturday morning golf, don't marry me. And Marcy looked at me with her big blue eyes. She paused for a minute. No panic. She said, Mike, I love shopping. And if you're going to be the kind of husband who gives me grief over my Saturday morning shopping, don't marry me. We made a deal and we've been happy ever since. Come what may, and love it. That's what people with a heart of a champion do. It's a secret in our business, and it's a secret in life. And it's something like Jennifer Mann. Here's a beautiful woman whose life was amazing, and it had been anything but without adversity, but it's amazing. And an unexpected family event led to a divorce. And then just a few years ago, and she was trying to build a business and trying to rebuild her life, and she recalibrated and she refocused on what matters most. And then just a few months ago, the home that had been in her family legacy for generations burned to the ground. And guess what? Nobody would have blamed Jennifer if she quit or threw in the towel. Nobody would have blamed her for giving up. But Jennifer had a come what may and love it attitude. And her Juice Plus family rallied around her, and she became a QNMD in January. Give it up for Jennifer. And I met Jennifer yesterday. I didn't know anything about her story, but I looked at her and I thought, well, that one has real potential. And now I know why. She has the heart of a champion. Speaking of, remember Heather Dorner and Kampf? The one who fell splat. Well, Kampf is a German word that means war, battle. So I love the name. And let's watch what happened to her.
Dornan falling down, gets up quickly, but that's going to cost her. Lucky she wasn't injured.
Her teammate just went to the front, though, so they may be able to recover from that. And Dornan is flying down the backstretch.
She is catching up.
She is going to catch Von Dor, and she may catch the leader.
Wow.
She's got fun.
This is a gutsy effort by Donovan. Can she pull it off? She's moving to third. Donovan coming down the stretch from the outside. Donovan coming on strong. Donovan all the way. Donovan. Wow, unbelievable.
That is amazing. To fall in a 600, I mean, this is basically a sprint. I mean, this is an extended 400, basically. To fall with 200 meters to go and get up and win, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's really the most.
Here's the thing. That video might be you. What if you were building an amazing team and had hundreds or thousands of people on it, and you're a top seller and you're working hard to improve your personal skills, and your business is great and your income is significant, and you're pinching yourself because life is so good. Juice Plus has changed your life, and you have this amazing, good life that's making progress. And then one day something bad happens. It's a health crisis or a financial crisis or a relationship crisis or family crisis or a house burning down. It might be a team crisis, and you have a choice. You can feel sorry for yourself and stop living and stay on the ground, or you can have a come what may and love it attitude and get up and keep going. You can stop doing things that make your dreams come true. You can think the grass is greener somewhere else, or you can do what the winners do and pull a Heather Kampf. You can get back up. You can laugh. You can dream and then do. And you can believe in yourself and in your company and in your team. And you can have the heart of a champion. Now, I look at you all. I just think you're beautiful. You're inspiring. There are stories all around us. And that's what makes Juice Plus so special. And my hope for you is that you promise that you will live your one unique, extraordinary, short, amazing life. No matter what challenges come your way, that you will live it happy. My hope for you is that you leave this 2026 Phoenix Ignite Your Future conference committed to having the heart of a champion. Dream big and then do. Remember that we are a better together company, and commit to a come what may and love it attitude. Now I want you to know that we're also asking ourselves a lot of what I call genius of the and instead of the tyranny of the or questions. And we're finding answers. Whether it's logistics or technology or product or marketing or a variety of other answers, we're asking ourselves, how can we do both? Because we don't have to choose between preserving our amazing legacy or being relevant to the future. We don't have to ask ourselves, we can do both. We don't have to choose between making bold claims or being compliant. We can do both. We don't have to choose between loving our capsules and introducing new products that are innovative. We can do both. And as your CEO, on behalf of our entire team, let me assure you that we will. It is a new era at Juice+. You are in the right place. It is the right time. So we can't forget, let's not focus on where we've been, but let's focus and look to the future and be committed to where we are going. You're going to see here in Phoenix that we are making progress. We're going to start to understand the plan. You're going to leave with new ideas, new tools, new concepts, and a really big vision, I hope. Most of all, you're going to leave here knowing that we know that we are a better together company. We will win when you win when we win, and we all achieve our greatest heights together. So let's be the envy of the network marketing business. Let's be the place where people want to be. Let's create an environment of success that reeks of happiness, where people see us and say, I just got to be a part of that. Can you imagine it? Can you feel it? Can you replace fear with confidence? Can you replace doubt with faith? Can you replace despair with hope? Yes, you can. So let's enjoy the next 2 days. Let's learn from each other. Let's commit to each other. Let's hug each other and serve each other. And let's get ready to leave Phoenix and just go. Here's what I know. Together, Juice+ and all of us can achieve greater heights than we've ever achieved before. Greater than we even dream of. I don't pretend to say it'll be easy. I don't promise it will be without hiccups. But I do promise that we will get out and do with the hearts of champions. And if you just keep on going, no matter what the obstacles, no matter what the roadblocks, if you'll have a come what may and love it attitude and trust the genius of the end, then I promise at the end it will be worth it. I can hardly wait to see what great things you do. Let's go!
Wow. I mean, I was there and I enjoyed that just as much watching it again as I did sitting there. He has the heart of a champion and he has our back. And I'm really, really optimistic about where we're going to go in the future. I hope you enjoyed listening to Mike Lohner. As we fade out, we are definitely better together. Thanks for being a part of the Team Up organization. See you next week. Take care. Peace and blessings.
Thanks, Terry.